Well, today's a Friday, it's coming up to lunchtime and there's going to be no sort of happy ending or early finish this Friday because the goalposts have just totally moved themselves with this Triumph Tiger Cub. I've done most of the work on the guy's list. I've sorted out the clutch, which was the lever wasn't coming all the way back to the bars before going hard, so I had to adjust the pressure plate spring screws here, and I also had to shorten the outer of the clutch cable a little to allow the adjustment that I needed, because the operating arm in the other side of the engine was obviously bottoming out when the clutch lever was pulled, so I needed to be able to move that back via this adjuster. But then I didn't have enough free play on the cable, so I had to shorten the outer because of that. Did all that. I've got it charging, obviously, as we know. There was an issue with the rear wheel adjustment. I sorted that out. The rear sprocket was loose. I sorted that out. Checked the valve clearances. That was a pig of a job because someone had stuck these rocker covers on with God knows what. It took an age to get them off and clean all the crap off that they'd stuck them on with. Yeah, various other things. Oh, the handlebars were loose. I tightened them up as well. Generally sort of went over quite a few things actually and got it running nice. That was the first thing I did actually, was I raised the needle in the carburettor by a couple of notches and it appeared to run much nicer, but I haven't ridden it. I was going to ride it next and investigate first gear and see how that behaved, but while I was in here to look at the clutch, I was also going to check, because someone's got a pointer there, I was going to check that there was an appropriate mark for the full advanced timing and check that out as well, check the timing by strobe and adjust it if necessary. But I did the obvious thing and I grabbed hold of the alternator rotor. We've got up and down play in the drive side main bearing, so I don't know what the timing side bush will be like. We've also got end float. A bit more difficult to demonstrate that. Might just be able to hear that clunk. It's not much, but there shouldn't be any, and there certainly shouldn't be the up and down that we got there. And there's evidence of the alternator rotor actually rubbing against the stator, so definitely any play at all there is not wanted and is all excessive. There's even a little crack in the encapsulation of the alternator. I don't think that matters too much, mind. The alternator is definitely working well. We've got a good charge coming out of it, as we saw the other day. But I'm going to have to disconnect everything, remove everything and get the engine out and get it totally stripped. But at least that'll mean I've got to split the engine to get the crank out to get at the main bearing, and that'll mean that I'll also see the innermost workings of the gearbox and see what, if anything's wrong in there, and why it might have been jumping out of first gear. I'm going to assume that the head, barrel and piston are okay, because there's very good compression on it. It ran well, there was no smoke or anything, so hopefully that lot is good. But I've got to get the engine out and get it totally stripped down to deal with the main bearing. So we're not going to be going up Bantam Hill on this one anytime soon, and I better get my sleeves rolled up and get this engine out and dismantle it and see what in total might need attending to, because I very much doubt it'll just be one main bearing, but you never know, and perhaps the owner will be lucky. But whatever it needs, while it's all in bits, I'll be going through the lot.